Hi, welcome to part 2 of our planner page. I've actually just popped out of the room, got a notepad, drunk my coffee and come back in. I thought it would be good if I was sort of fresh, well not fresh, but still knowing what was going on really with the page. I had already decided to do this plant here, which looks like a lupin, in a purple, and so I'm just going to pick my purple colour. I think we'll go for a pastel purple. I'm just looking because we've got these really dark purples down here. I think the pastel purple might work well. Now there's only one pastel purple in the set apart from a bluey purple, so it should be easy for you to identify if you want to do the same colour. And I'm going to try to keep this top bit a little bit dark up there, fade it down, and then a bit darker on this bit here, so this sort of bottom bit more layered than this top bit. I don't know if it's going to quite look as I expect, but we'll see. I was half expecting my mum to call today. I don't know if she may have tried this morning. I've got no voicemail on my phone at the minute, and that means no one. I have a feeling that it costs more money, so we didn't put it on. I don't know, but my husband is in charge of the phone because it's linked in with the broadband, and I don't understand the broadband in the sense that I don't know how much we need, you know. I was thinking, oh, that'll do, that cheap package. He's like, no, we'll never, that'll be too slow and it won't give us enough, and I don't understand it. So I just let him get on with it. As I do all the other, everything else, the gas and electric and water, and I do all that. Not that we get any choice with the water, you use the local company. But anyway, so I'm half expecting her to ring, so I may have to dash off. But she's busy because she's got house guests, so she can't always ring. We take them out places, of course, and are sort of entertaining, as it were. So we'll just see how's she doing. I had thought about maybe popping in this week, but I've had so many things to do with the kitchen and everything that I haven't had a chance. I'm going to be busy at the weekend as well. Okay, I'm happy with that. If you want it to be slightly more difference between the light and the dark at the tip and the base, you can use a darker purple. You can grab probably number 13 that we use for these flower centres might just about work. 15 or 14 might be better, just to put a darker bit in to make it. But I'm going to leave it like that. I quite like it in this sort of nice light tone. So we're going to move along and we're going to do these. Now these, we've got a little bunch. I'm thinking we've got blue here, we've got pink here, we've got purple here, we've got a bit of everything near it. So we can't do anything that's going to be different. We've got two blues together here, so I'm thinking maybe we'll do pink. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Ugh. No, it's passed, thankfully. Maybe this very dark pink, although this is a pastel pink, it's the darkest one. We'll do that. And again, because it's a small area, I'm just going to pop it down. I'm going to worry about shading. You can see it looks really quite different to that one. You can see it's not the same plant, or it's not supposed to be the same plant, so that's fine. It feels quite cool in here. It's getting quite warm next door. My son's opened the door now, it's better. I haven't got a window opening in here, but yesterday was really humid. It was quite nasty. But today, fortunately, it doesn't feel it. Now I'm trying to think about the flower middles. We've done all these black. Should do these black? Oh, pop that in my pile. I've got a little system on my desk. I'm just realising though that I have left all the pencils out that I used last time. That means when I'm going to be confused when I write down which ones I've used, so I'm just going to try and put some away so that I know which ones I've used in this video, which ones I used in the last video. Bear with me for one moment. Those two. And now I'm confused. I've got a gap in my tray. There we go. That's better. I used one of these in the last video. There we go. Right, I'm sorted. I'm sorry about that. Right, we've got this plant now. I'd quite like to do this one a purple. I know we're next to purple, but I want to do this one blue. So I'm going to use number 14. It's quite a different shade of purple. It's quite a lot more vibrant. Now I've only got the one purple that I haven't used, so I'm going to try just using one and see. So I'm going to fade it up here. So these sort of trumpets being darker at the bottom where there'd be more shadow, a bit lighter at the top, like that. And again the same with this one. Okay, I'm going to do those bits in black because they're the sort of, but should that be black because it's the inside? Let's do these and worry about that in a minute, because these were looking into this bit, so this is the side view and this is the top view. So those mini circles are the tops of these, and then the gap is the inside of this trumpety bit. So we have to think about, you know, where it would be dark and light. And I think that although I said I was going to do those little ones in black, I think it would make more sense for it to be darker inside. So I'm trying to make the tips of these petals a bit lighter, but I'm not sure it's going to show up too much. But that's okay. I do my best. With the small area, you can't always be too fussy, or I'm going to give this a sharpen. Let's get a nice sharp point for these. You know, you mustn't be too overcritical and trying to get too much perfection when it's really small. I know that there are artists that do that, but you know, we're all different. It's those people that engrave like the end of a pencil and put the tiniest thing in, or put some art in the eye of a needle. That always wows me. I think partially because my eyesight isn't brilliant, so I can't imagine being able to see to do that. I guess I would have to use a magnifying lens, which I suppose they do anyway. And now I'm going to use my black. It's number 34, and do these bits, as I said, these round bits. I'm not necessarily going to put it down really hard. I don't want it to look too dirty, and I don't want to risk it smudging. So I'm just going to go in there gentle. There we go. Now we have our bell-shaped flowers. We're going to grab a blue we haven't used. Is this blue? Yeah. It looks black, it's so dark, but obviously 34 is black, so what is this? But this is number 18. Okay, I'm going to try and do the tops a bit darker than the bottom. It's a sort of almost indigo colour, isn't it? Might be a bit dark for your taste. You can always do these in a pastel colour if you would prefer. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm thinking about these. They don't look exactly the same, but I'm sure they're supposed to be the same. And we've got this bunch and this bunch as well. So we've got sort of three, I think, 3 different types left. And I'm thinking colour-wise, what do I do? I need to do a small pink to balance it. And I'm thinking these pinks here would quite balance nicely if these were pink. So I'll probably do those pink, even though they're next to these pink. You know, in a garden or in a wildflower meadow, everything's quite random, so there would be pink next to pink. Even in a garden, that might be the case, especially if you're trying to do a colour scheme. You would want your pinks next to pinks. So we're going to use our other pastel pink colour. Oh, excuse me, sorry. This one. And I'm going to try to make it a little darker near the centre. I think I can with this one. It's a fairly vibrant pastel-y shade, really. It's quite nice to have the pastels together with the others just because there isn't many pinks, and it gives us a bit more of a choice. And I actually do find, whether I'm using my Holbein pastels, I have 12, or my pastel tints, often it's nice to have another colour as well, another set, so you can do some sort of different blends and add some shadows and things like that, because sometimes a pastel pencil you can't get, you can only get like the one shade out of the colour. Some are better than others. It not only depends on the brand but on the colour. Like these are quite good, you can see it's darker, I hope you can see it's a bit darker in the middle. If you use, like if it was a yellow tone, I don't think you would see that. I'm going to ignore the turned over bit of the petal just because it's a small picture. I don't want to overcomplicate it. It is okay to do that, you know. I think sometimes people feel like they can't, like they've got to do some shadow under it or do it a slightly different colour or something, but it's okay, it's your picture. You do it the way you think it's going to work the best. So you can see this shade of pink is very different. I'm trying to avoid the orangey pinks. I think they don't go as well with blue and purple, so I've got a couple of those sort of shades, so I've avoided those. I was going to have enough without it, so that's okay. I can hear an aeroplane going over now. I haven't even got the window open in here. The sun is pouring through, but the blind is shut. I did try and open it, but it's going all over the desk. This time of year the sun pours in here, which sounds nice, but it's not. Oops, I've got a paper bag under my desk, I just kicked it. I don't know if you heard. So we need 2 more colours. I'm thinking I might do the blue here and the purple here. Purple. Yeah, what I'll do for those is I'll do the number 13, which is the colour that we used for the centres of these. It's quite a pinky purple. It might look quite similar to that one actually. It does. It's not the same though. It's quite a reddish colour, I think. But it's just a little bit different. It's not. It's sort of quite pink, isn't it? That's okay. And then you see if we do these purple, it'll sort of balance with that purple. Or was I just going to do them blue? I think we'll do them blue. It'll balance with that then. You can't get it that even. Yeah, we'll pick this blue. This is number 19. Give them a sharpen. We haven't done the centres of those, I realised that, but we'll do it when we do the centre of these. So I'm going to try and do it a little darker in the centre and lighter towards the tip. It's another really pretty blue. There's some lovely blues in this set. These haven't got stems or leaves. I've got these dots, I'm going to ignore those. I'm going to do my background and then I might do them in pen of some sort after. I haven't really thought it through, to be honest. I know some people will sit and plan their picture first in detail, think about exactly what they're going to do where. I just dive in. I look at the page, I find the bit I like the best, and I start there. And if you look carefully at my pages, you can figure that out. You can see the bit that's done the best, that I did first, that I spent the most time on. You can also see the bit that I left till last, that I wasn't so keen on, that I did quicker. I can anyway. I don't know if other people are the same, but some bits I do spend more time on. I try not to do that in videos. I try to you know, give even attention to each, but I'm sure I probably don't. It's the same as if you do a big, let's say you had a flower the size of this. The first petal, I would spend ages getting all the colours right, getting the shading right, working it all out, and then all the rest I would do at once, so they would never look quite the same. It's probably not the best way to do it. I probably ought to change my technique, but it's just the way I do it at the minute. Okay, so we need the black, just looking for it, oops, number 34, and we're going to do centres of these. Now I'm very aware that I've used all the blues apart from one, which is a greeny blue, and I need a blue for the background of the outside if I'm going to do the background in dark blue like I had proposed. So I didn't think that through too well, but I could probably get away with using that blue. It's really quite dark, which was the idea, sort of night and day, and it's quite near the middle, so it's not going to look odd. Now our butterfly, I have a few ideas. The grey we have in this set are very brown, so the body of the butterfly, I was going to do gold. I had talked about doing gold, but actually silver goes much better with these colours. I don't want to do browns and warm colours really, so I'm going to do the body of the butterfly in number 34, which is the black, like that. Now I'm thinking there's lots of different ways you could do the wings. You could pick a colour you haven't used yet and do that, you know, maybe I was going to say a pastel blue, but no, that's the sky. Or you could use some colours you've used already. You could do it in silver, which I'm contemplating, because I'm going to do all these lines in silver pencil. I'm going to do that off camera in a minute, and so it could be the case that you do that silver as well, or you could just pick out a few of the pinks and blues and purples and do all of them, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take, oops, I'm going to kick my paper bag again under the desk. I'm going to take, is that 14? Yeah, no, I'm going to use a purple that I used last time, not this time, so that it's not right next to that one. Let's just, so this is number 15, and I'm going to start the larger wings with 15, like that, and then just fade it to the tip, or not all the way to the tip, and I'm going to put a pink on the end, so we get a purple and a pink, and then the bottom leaf's going to the bottom petal is going to be blue. So I need to pick a pink. We only have the one pink, don't we, in this set, so number 12. So I'm going to use the 12. Start on the outside of the wing, quite dark, and then just blend it in. Smush them up a bit, there we go. It looks like quite a different colour because I've put it on really dark compared to when I used it up here. I prefer it in a lighter tone, but you know, that doesn't matter, it's just different. And blue wise, I think I'm going to use the number 21, which I think is this one, or might be that one. Yep, it's that one, isn't it? I hope that's going to be vibrant enough so it stands out. Now, my next steps I'm going to explain to you, I'm going to do off camera. So firstly I'm picking my my sky colour, so I'm going to look in my pastels shades, and I'm going to pick the lightest, which looks to me like this short one here. Okay, so I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use that across the whole of the background within this arch. Okay, so in all these little details down here and up here, everywhere, I'm just going to use it and try and keep it reasonably even. Okay, you can see they're quite vibrant pastels. I'm not really pressing very hard, and it's already going down in a sufficient quantity and colour saturation for what I'm looking for. I don't want it to sort of overtake the rest. I want it to sink back and be the background. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll finish all that. Now all these lines I'm going to be doing with my silver. There's a silver pencil in this set, number 36. So I'm going to do this arch here. Okay, I'm going to do this square around the outside and across there. And I'm also going to move out to the outside. So I'm going to do this swirly bit here, all this, and this swirl going all the way around here. Now I will complete this and take a photo so that you can see it at the end of the video and you can make sure you're doing the right bits, but I'm going to keep it fairly simple, so once you've got a photo it should be really easy to spot which bits you should be doing if you're following along. Now the background of here I'm going to leave this time. I shall show you how to do it next time, I think, or which colour I'm picking, because I think there's a bit much otherwise, a bit too much homework for you before tomorrow. So blue background and bits of silver to do, and I shall do that and take a photo, and then it'll be at the end, as I say, so hang on, you'll see the end picture with it in. You can always pause the video if you need to just take that in, or copy it, just hold it on pause while you copy it. And as I say, tomorrow we'll finish off. There's quite a few colour decisions still to make and some teeny tiny details, so it'll be interesting. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I hope that's been okay. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and get some colouring done, hopefully, and just have lots of fun. So thank you and happy colouring.